Peter Klutt didn't build his name through flashy TV moments. He built it with decades of work, a massive 20-acre facility in Halton Hills, Ontario, and a business trusted by serious collectors around the world. His company, Legendary Motor Company, became known for restoring some of the rarest classic cars on the road while also selling hundreds of collector vehicles every year. That kind of reputation isn't created overnight. It's earned one car, one client, and one successful deal at a time. But then a clash with fellow automotive personality Dennis Collins brought unexpected attention. It seemed like just another reality TV disagreement at first. So why did one brief exchange spark so much discussion? And why did so many people believe it could affect a business built over decades? To understand why this story became such a big deal, you have to look beyond television. Before cameras ever followed him around, Peter Klutt had already established himself in the collector car world. His company wasn't focused on quick flips or dramatic deadlines. Instead, it specialized in careful restorations of high-end classics while maintaining a busy dealership that handled hundreds of collector cars each year. That combination made his business unique. It also made his reputation incredibly valuable. Every restoration depended on trust. Every sale depended on confidence. If buyers started questioning either one, the entire operation could feel the impact. But what happens when that trust is challenged in front of a national audience? Unlike many automotive shows where hosts trade playful insults for entertainment, this situation carried much higher stakes. Collector cars aren't ordinary vehicles. Many are worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. Buyers don't just pay for shiny paint or polished chrome. They pay for history. They pay for authenticity. They pay for proof that every detail matches the car's documented past. A single rumor can make buyers hesitate. Even if nothing is proven, uncertainty alone can slow deals. And in a business where confidence is everything, hesitation can be expensive. But the story becomes even more interesting when you see the kind of cars connected to Klutt's name. One event showed exactly where he stood in the collector market. Peter Klutt consigned 13 vehicles to the famous Gooding & Company Monterey auction. That wasn't a collection of ordinary classics. It included one of the most desirable Ferraris ever built, an unrestored 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB/4. According to the Haggerty Price Guide, that car alone carried a value well above $3 million. Think about that for a moment. Owners don't hand over cars worth that kind of money unless they have complete confidence in the person representing them. That level of trust says more than any television appearance ever could. So how could one public comment threaten something built on such a solid foundation? The answer lies in how the collector car world works. Every major auction is filled with experts studying every inch of every vehicle. They examine serial numbers, ownership records, restoration history, and tiny details that most people would never notice. One mistake can reduce a car's value dramatically. One unanswered question can scare away buyers. Reputation isn't just important in this business. It is part of the product itself. That's why any public criticism carries extra weight. But what exactly was said that caused so much debate? According to a widely circulated online video discussing the feud, the turning point came during a televised appraisal segment. The video claimed Dennis Collins directed a sharp remark toward Peter Klutt, saying that some people have a habit of polishing rust. Now, it's important to be clear about something. That exact exchange has never been independently verified through complete broadcast records or official network transcripts. The quote continues to circulate online, but no definitive primary evidence has confirmed it exactly as described. Still, whether the line was spoken exactly that way or not, the phrase itself explains why collectors reacted so strongly. And here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. In everyday conversation, polishing rust might sound like nothing more than a clever insult. In the collector car world, it carries a much deeper meaning. It suggests someone is hiding serious problems beneath a beautiful finish. Instead of restoring a car properly, it implies covering damage with cosmetic work while leaving the real issues untouched. For a restoration business, that accusation strikes at the heart of its credibility. Clients expect honesty above all else. If they begin wondering whether appearances are hiding flaws, trust starts to disappear. But could one sentence really influence major business decisions? Whether or not the quote was ever spoken exactly as claimed, the conversation around it highlighted a real weakness within the collector market. High-value transactions rely on confidence. Buyers often spend months reviewing documents before purchasing a rare vehicle. They study restoration records, ownership history, and expert reports. Even the smallest uncertainty can delay a sale. Imagine preparing to spend several $100,000s on a classic Ferrari. Then you hear rumors questioning the reputation of the shop behind it. Would you move forward immediately, or would you ask more questions first? That's why reputation works almost like financial infrastructure in this business. Legendary Motor Company wasn't restoring just one or two cars. The company handled roughly a dozen major restorations each year while selling hundreds of collector vehicles. Every transaction involved buyers, sellers, auction houses, and collectors who depended on accurate documentation. If confidence weakened, even temporarily, deals could slow down. According to the same online video, some clients supposedly requested additional provenance checks and a few transactions were placed on hold after the televised dispute. Once again, those claims remain unverified, with no financial records or official company statements confirming them. But even without proof, the possibility reveals something important. Why does doubt spread so quickly in this market? Unlike ordinary used cars, investment-grade classics are bought almost entirely on trust. Buyers expect every repair to be documented. Every ownership transfer must make sense. Every restoration choice must be supported by evidence. When uncertainty enters the conversation, buyers naturally become more cautious. They ask for more inspections. They request more paperwork. They slow down decisions that might otherwise happen quickly. Nothing may actually be wrong with the car, yet the buying process suddenly becomes much longer. And that delay alone can affect business. But does that mean the disagreement was really about two people? In many ways, the feud became bigger than Peter Klutt or Dennis Collins. It highlighted how fragile reputation can be when millions of dollars depend on public confidence. Television viewers may see a dramatic exchange and move on. Collectors don't. They remember comments. They discuss them. They compare stories. Even unverified claims can take on a life of their own once they spread through social media and enthusiast communities. That's what makes this story so fascinating. It isn't just about personalities. It's about how words can influence markets built on trust. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, Peter Klutt's accomplishments remain very real. A 20-acre restoration and sales facility. Hundreds of collector cars moving through the business each year. Multi-million-dollar consignments accepted by one of the world's leading auction houses. Those achievements were established long before any televised disagreement. They represent years of building relationships and earning confidence from clients willing to trust him with extraordinary automobiles. But here's the question that still lingers. If one unconfirmed remark can spark years of discussion, what does that say about the collector car industry itself? It suggests the most valuable asset isn't the Ferrari, the engine, or the rare badge on the hood. The real asset is credibility. Without it, even the finest collection becomes harder to sell. Every buyer starts asking one more question. Every deal takes one more step. Every transaction becomes just a little more complicated. That may be the biggest lesson hidden inside this entire story. The feud wasn't memorable because of a single sentence. It mattered because it reminded everyone how much trust is worth in a business where authenticity means everything. Whether the famous quote was ever spoken exactly as claimed remains unconfirmed. But the debate surrounding it exposed a simple truth. Reputation can take decades to build and only moments to challenge. In the collector car world, confidence is every bit as valuable as chrome, horsepower, or rare history. And once that confidence is questioned, even without proof, the entire market starts paying attention.